Okay, so we're gonna try Sand Mountain again. I got my, I'm in the truck this time because I got the bike in the back. I took the truck on this trip because had to bring the bike and the kayak trailer and stuff like that, so I can't exactly load the bike in the Crosstrek and pull the trailer. So anyway, gonna try to head to Sand Mountain again today, but I took the old Santiam wagon trail last time on an interesting route. It didn't go so well. Mainly, the Crosstrek got me up as far as it could, but what stopped me ultimately was there's just too much snow up there, and because I was by myself, and it got just ridiculously sketchy, I thought, nope, it's not safe. I'm pulling out of this one, and we'll try it again later. That later is today. So I got the truck, the bike, and a backpack ready to go, and all loaded up, and I'm gonna try to make it up there. And if all goes well, I'll make it. I'm taking a slightly different route than I did the last time, because theoretically there are two ways to get to where I'm trying to go. So I'm trying a different one than I tried last time. I don't know if it's gonna be better or worse, but I'm gonna try it. Wish me luck. Here we go. So this route that I'm taking goes out and around Sand Mountain and comes up. The trail shows that it comes up between Sand Mountain and one of the other cinder cones, the southern cinder cone from it. So hopefully this route works out. We'll see. I'd really like to capture this part of the story of Clear Lake. So I really hope this works. Sure is beautiful out here. My God. Ooh, doggy. Well, I've been driving these dirt trails for a while now, and I think, I mean, I've never seen it before, but using Google Satellite, I think I see it way up there. Boy, this ought to be something. It's still out there a ways, and I'm not sure at what point I've got to either just bail on the car and start hoofing it, or maybe the bike, I don't know, but man, that looks steep. I'm sure that's got to be it, because I passed one earlier. I don't know what it was. At first I thought it was the lookout, but at a distance. But it had all kinds of antennas and stuff on it and whatnot, and oddly enough, I've had some cell reception over here, so I'm assuming there's a cell tower on top of that, among other things probably. But according to satellite imagery, looking at the top of Sand Mountain, I didn't see all those antennas. And that's why I think the one I'm looking at now is Sand Mountain. And there's another caldera next to it. I think this is it, but it's... Let me turn you around through the windshield so you can see what I'm looking at. I don't know if you can make this out or not, but way at the top of that up there, I'll try to zoom this in a little bit here. Let's see if this will... I don't know if this is going to help, but in between those trees, way at the top of that is a little shack, or the lookout. And that's ultimately what I'm trying to get to. But you know, no adventure is truly an adventure if you already know where you're going. So what's the fun of it if you already know where you're going? It's not exactly an adventure. It's like, hey, let's go check it out again. So let's see. Check back in a bit.
In 600 feet, turn right onto National Forest Development Road 810, Old Santiam Wagon Road.
Oh boy.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto National Forest Development Road 810.
And it's closed.
Continue on National Forest Development Road 810 for 1.5 miles.
Looks like this is it, huh? Okay, well, apparently I've reached the end as far as I can go here. They've got the road blocked off, and from here out, we'll see. Check this out. So this is, they say, the GPS said to take a left down this road. With that said, apparently if you're forestry department, you can get through here, but it says closed to motorized vehicles. You can see car tracks through there, but obviously it's not open to the public for that. Sand Mountain Lookout, 1.75 miles. That doesn't sound that far, but the thing about it is it's steep. Beyond this point, authorized administration vehicles only, foot traffic welcome, horses, mountain bikes, welcome on road to old something, 1.25 miles, dogs must be on a leash, please stay on trail at all times. Horses and mountain bikes. Well, I got a mountain bike. So, I guess it's time to get the venting out of the back of the truck. It's lashed in there really good too. Good thing too, because man, I tell you, I needed it. So anyway, let me get that thing down and get it all ready to go. How in the heck am I going to get that bike through there, I wonder? I don't know, we'll figure it out. Okay, so I got the bike unloaded, and I'm gonna head up this trail and see where it goes. Got everything with me, and truck's locked up, tailgate's locked. It's about all I can do. Definitely out in the middle of nowhere, so let's see. Sorry about the tilt when I got my handlebars turned. So these are some more of the cinder cones that make up this chain. Man, there's some insane mountains over here, dude. Holy cow. All right, let's get back going here. Rah. Okay, I got the bike locked up. This is as far as we can go. Turns out, looking at GPS, I don't go up that one. That's the southern cinder cone. That's not the one I'm looking for. So, good thing my compass thing shows what direction I'm facing, but anyway, and this one says Sand Mountain Lookout, but I wasn't sure if it was the lookout or if it was the ranger station or what. So anyway, this is the direction I'm going to go. However, from this location, you've got some insane views from up here. We're already up here a ways. There is a car here parked here, and I'm guessing it belongs to whoever's up at the lookout. That would be my guess. I'm kind of surprised that's what he's driving. But, I mean, the road's not too bad, but there are some good rocky things. So, use what you got, right? All right, let's get this show on the road. Through the gate we go. Says it's about a quarter mile. It looks steeper than shit. Looks fairly steep, we'll say. Oh, wow, look at that. Look at that one way over there. Dude, that's nuts. In case you can't tell, we're definitely up there. And that center cone way over there with all the antennas on it is the one that I thought I was going to go up on as I was driving through all these woods you see down there. That's the one I thought I was going to end up on, but not the case. All right, let's roll. Oh, looky there. Oh boy, this is going to be fun. Jeez. My goodness. I'll check in with you in a bit because I got a long way to go. No pain, no gain, baby. Excuse me for being out of breath, but this is steep. Anyway, down there you can see one of the roads, no doubt, that I was using to get up this way. But my gosh, there's a lava field down there and the mountains. God, the view up here is nuts. You can see out in this area, there was a big fire there some time ago. Holy cow, look at the view. What? Dang. All right, I gotta find out what lake that is. Catch my breath anyway. Back at you in a second. I saw a power boat on it, and I'm not interested in lakes with power boats. It just ruins the shoreline and, you know, takes the serenity out of it, you know, with wake boats and all that stuff going by. It just makes too much noise. I mean, I know they're a lot of fun for people who love to boat, but my personal interests are, I just love the peace and quiet of a still lake. It's kind of funny. I just realized I ended up driving the truck as far as it would go. Took the bike as far as it would go. And now I'm hoofing it. And the irony behind that is that those were my 3 contingencies to try to get up here. And I'll be damned. Thanks, Amber Dog. This is like a flight of stairs that never ends. Taking a wind. Damn, that's steep and a long way. Oh boy. All right. I think it might take me a while, but I'm gonna make it. I don't have any intention of letting this kick my ass in on this close. It's up there somewhere. All right. Well, we're getting there. We're getting there. It's awesome up here. That's the next stretch. Never mind my panting, just pretend I'm a dog. Woof. I'm not sure yet which way Clear Lake is, but I think it's to my current left. Just guessing. Looks like there's a fire off in the distance over those mountains over there. There's some wind at the top of the ridge up there blowing through, so I don't know if I'll get the drone in the air or not. We'll see. Onward we go. How epic is that? Oh, that's good to see. And there's the lookout. Almost to the top. Let's go. It's windy up here. Boy, I don't know if you can see Clear Lake from here. I don't know. I'll figure that out. Hey, chipmunk. I went this far, why stop here? There is somebody here. Hang on. He might be able to answer my question. Hey everybody, this is Dana from Amber Dog Productions. I'm here at the lookout. So you're a fire lookout?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay, and this is?
Lynn Davis. I'm one of the lookouts up here at Sand Mountain.
All right. How long have you been up here?
I've been doing this about 7 years.
Dude.
The last 3 years, quite a bit of time. Yeah.
Wow, okay. So I'm gonna have him, because he's obviously well versed in everything that you're gonna see out here. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have him I'm gonna turn the camera around, and when he points, you should be able to see his finger, and he can point them out by looking through the screen on the camera, and he can tell us which of these mountains each of them are. That sound good?
Sounds great.
All right, I'm gonna turn this
Fantastic.
around. Like for example, if I could stick my hand through
Yep.
there, and so like those three, I'm assuming those are sisters.
Those are the 3 sisters, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, let's start from those and move right, maybe.
Okay.
The next one you see is the husband. It's kind of craggy right there to the right.
Let me get my sunglasses off here, because I want to make sure I can see my lens and stuff. This is about as ho-dink as I can make this, but if you guys watch my channel, you know I'm unscripted. Okay, so there's the, let me zoom in a little bit.
Yeah, that's
how about
good, that's
that?
good. Yeah, people sometimes think the husband is Broken Top, but that's on the other side of the sisters, what you might see from Bend. We can't see Broken Top from here.
Oh.
The husband is
Okay, so
there.
this is sisters.
Yep.
Okay, and then we come around, oops, over here, and that is
That's the husband.
husband, and
This one here in the foreground is Scott Mountain.
Scott Mountain.
Yep.
And these are these are part of the series of the cinder cones.
Exactly. We're kind of in the middle of a series of over 40 volcanic vents here.
Okay.
They all came up around 3,000 to 4,000 years ago. And we're kind of on the southern end. It stretches out. These ones that we can see right here just past us are sort of the southern end of it. And then behind us, the volcanic alignment here sort of splits in two a little bit and goes another few miles north.
Awesome.
But as you can see just in the foreground here, this is a super rugged kind of environment up here. In fact, the ecology of this area is alpine, what you might see at 8 or 9,000 feet.
What's our elevation right here?
Only about 5,500. So
Okay.
it's a really like.
I'm glad I didn't know that before I walked up here. Because I was seriously thinking it was like 3,000 or something.
Yeah, no. You feel it walking up, don't you?
Oh, I felt it. Yeah, as soon as I had to leave my bike at the gate, I'm like, oh God.
Yeah, and it's a super. That's why the paths are lined with rocks, because these little plants, they'll survive 100-mile-an-hour winds, but they won't survive people trampling on them. So.
Agreed. Yeah, I love it. You know, the same kind of thing, sticking to the path when you're in unique areas like this. You know.
Yeah, it's a really unique area. In fact, there's alpine biology classes that will come up, or botany classes that will come up here earlier in the season when they can't get up at higher elevations, because they're like, yeah, the same plants are here. The other reason why it's sort of extreme and exposed is because it's not very old. There hasn't been a lot of time to
Right.
sort of put down soil here. So these trees may be very old, but they're very stunted. There's not a lot for them to grab onto. And it's also really extreme weather conditions up here. We get, last year I think we got over 50-mile-an-hour sustained winds five different times. And a few years ago we got up above 100-mile-an-hour winds.
Oh, goody.
We're in the middle of a...
Does this structure shake when it gets to doing that?
It certainly does, yes.
You ever feel like getting down and sleeping in a car and saying, I'm out of here?
You know? Yeah, no, absolutely. It shakes like sort of a boat on the water or something. It's like, I trust in the engineering. It's meant to do that. It's made out of wood. It's good that it's bending, right? It's good that it's bending.
In theory. That's what you tell
That's what you tell yourself.
That's what you tell. I saw the shadow of that bird, actually. I don't know if that's an eagle or an osprey, but sorry.
Yeah, there are turkey vultures up here, and there's hawks. They really love, you might see it actually here.
Thermals?
They're doing it right now. So over the crater, we get some really interesting thermals, and they'll just swirl around in circles right over the crater for a long period of time, looking for little...
Yep.
It's going to go find a thermal.
I used to fly RC gliders, and we would use the thermals. Awesome. To help us up there. So what's this guy over here?
That big one there is Mount Washington.
That's Mount Washington. Okay, so that's the one. Okay, so that's I was wondering if that one with the spiky hat on it.
Yep.
I thought that might have been Washington, but as I understand it, Mount Washington, the snow melt from Mount Washington takes 27 to 32 years through the lava to come up at the ancient spring at Clear Lake. So that's where the water comes from.
Wow.
There was a documentary they did that said that the water from Lost Lake drains and comes out, and that's the isotopes and everything wrong. It's absolutely wrong.
It comes down from Mount Washington. That makes sense. That's interesting.
Yeah.
All through these lava fields here.
Yep. Now I see why it takes so darn long, because
yeah.
Okay, so way over there is Mount Washington.
Mount Washington. These are the Patchen's Peaks, and on the other side are Patchen Lakes. There's a nice little trail that goes around there. And that big lake over there that we can see right in the middle of the pass here is Big Lake.
Oh, that's not Wickham Reservoir.
No.
Okay.
Big Lake, a natural lake, and it's
I
lovely
see
down
speedboats
there.
on it.
Well, yeah, it's only naturally formed. And
Yeah.
and this area in here is Santiam Pass, one of the widest passes in the Cascades, which is why we get this sort of wind tunnel effect and these super high winds. Is this peak is kind of this outlier in the middle of the pass. There's not much else around it. We have incredible prominence, i.e. we can see way up and down the valleys here in a way that you wouldn't normally be able to see from 5,500 feet in most places.
Now this one down here, question.
Yep.
That looks like a cinder cone as well. Way out there in the distance.
Yes, indeed.
Do you know who that is?
That's Black Butte. So
Black Butte?
Perfectly formed one.
Yep.
It has a lookout tower on top of it that's a number of stories tall. It's quite tall.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see a little piece of it from here.
Yeah.
Now that is a cinder cone?
It is, I believe. Yeah.
Okay, because it sure looks like one.
Yep. Yeah. And this is Cache Mountain in front of us here. That's right around the crest. That's over in Deschutes County.
Okay.
And then over here to the left, we can see Hoodoo Ski Area on Hoodoo Butte, and Hayrick Butte kind of behind it, which is a real different kind of geologic
I can come around over here.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird being up here. Oh, I'm out of the wind too.
Yeah, that's nice.
I don't mind the wind, but it's in microphones, Let me step right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here originally. Yeah.
Okay. So which one of these is Hoodoo?
Hoodoo is this one right here with all the towers on top of it.
Okay,
That's where we get our cell service from, and that's a ski area on the back side of it there.
Okay.
And this area down here is an OHV area in the pass here.
What? I saw that on signs. What does OHV mean?
Off-highway vehicle. So anything that's not for a normal road.
Oh.
So including, four-wheel ATVs or motorbikes, etc.
So am I okay driving my Toyota Tacoma up as far as I could?
Totally, yeah. The roads that a lot of the roads in here are for all vehicles.
Okay.
Roadworthy and not, and then there's some trails that are for ATVs.
Because I had to stop my truck at the gate where they had the shut gate. Yeah. And then it said horseback, mountain bikes, hikers, whatever, okay.
Right.
So I was like, okay, good, so I brought my bike out, and I went from there all the way up to, I don't know where, somewhere at the bottom of this, somewhere down there.
Probably where my car was, down in the saddle here.
V-dub?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I parked there and locked up to what I could.
Yeah.
And There's probably not a lot of people up here.
Yeah, no, it's true. We don't get a ton of visitors,
So-
which is surprising because it has, for my money, one of the best views in the whole of Oregon Cascades.
How can you beat this?
I mean, you can see all the way from Mount Hood. We can actually see Mount Hood just peeking over the
Oh,
corner.
okay. All right.
There, it's
So-
tiny little bit.
Wait a minute now. That's not Mount Hood right there, the one with the snow on it?
No, the big one we can see, that's Mount Jefferson.
Okay.
And then, yeah.
Mount Hood's to the right of it?
Mount Hood's to the left, so we've got Mount Jefferson, big right there, and then this is Maxwell Butte, that kind of in the foreground.
Okay, right, the saddle right
slopes.
here?
Yeah, up there, and then down on the left hand. Let's see if I can do it in the camera. I'm not sure if I can. So we've got, there's Jefferson, this is Maxwell Butte, and then just on the left hand shoulder of Maxwell Butte.
Oh, I see it now.
Just see it, just tiny
I do.
little
I do.
white
I
tip
do.
right there.
I don't know if that's going to come through. Oh, shoot. Hang on a second. Totally muffed that up. Let's see. Okay, that's as much as I can zoom in on this camera. If it might show up on the monitor, but I totally see it. I totally see it.
It just sticks out there, and it doesn't, when we have bad smoke and stuff, it goes
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
But that's pretty cool. We can see quite a ways north.
See, because that's where I'm from. I'm from Gresham,
Okay. Yeah.
so I'm out that way.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Yep. Yeah.
But yeah, that okay, cool. Sorry, I got to. Now this lava flow down here.
Yeah.
What do you know about that one? I saw that from the satellite images.
Yeah.
And what do you know anything about it?
I don't know much about this lava field down here,
Okay.
but it's an ash deposit. I think from the same volcanic series that created the Sand Mountain alignment here.
Yeah,
And
its proximity kind of screams it, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. But why it stayed sort of this glassy? It looks like it was a former lake. In my understanding, it's not. It's just an ash deposit that's prevented trees from growing on itself. When you turn the corner, so the road going down after you get down to the saddle, which is right down here, the road comes around the north crater of Sand Mountain. So these are two sort of identical twin craters, more or less.
Okay.
Almost exactly the same height. You come around the north one, that's where the road comes, and it'll come right around the southern edge of that ash deposit.
Okay.
So if you there's kind of some little paths you can kind of walk over and look at it.
Jump out and take a look.
Yeah.
By then I'll be in my car, I hope.
You'll be not quite to the gate, so it's just a little bit before the
Oh,
gate.
okay. So this I'll still be on the mountain bike at
You'll
that
still
point.
be on the mountain bike, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And yeah, yeah, and this area sort of south of the old wagon road, which we probably took in here, which is the old road from 150 plus years ago.
Yeah, I
across the
actually
Cascades.
about a month ago I came up the back way on the wagon trail on my
cool.
Crosstrek Wilderness, and that little monster would have made it if there wasn't so much that kind of snow that drops in and turns into instant ice.
Yeah.
That's what finally stopped me. It wasn't the trail it didn't stop me. And so for a little Crosstrek, it's a little Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness, that thing really blew my mind and what it was able to do. It blew me away. This time though, when I entered in GPS from Clear Lake, it had me come around the other way.
Okay.
I said, okay, well, I know what's the other way. Let me try this one. And this one, of course, got me over here. So,
Yeah, so the old wagon road, basically everything south of the wagon road is protected. What's north of the wagon road in this area is the OHV area, and these because of their really unique sort of geology and ecology have been protected as a special interest area. So that's why there's that gate there, and people just hike or bike up.
yeah. Well, the bike would have never made it up here anyway.
Yeah.
So it's just as well leaving it down there. Because if you think you're gonna, huff a bike up here, you're gonna end up leaving it.
Yeah, totally.
You're not doing it.
And just beyond the gate, our gate down there, a little bit farther to the west, is a blocked off area of the old wagon road that I think has some of the old kind of wagon ruts and that kind of thing that they preserved, not prohibited vehicles on as well. So that's kind of interesting.
I wonder if that's what I was coming up.
Could be, yeah.
Because
up a different way. Yeah.
Because I came up a really backwards way from over by Little Nash Crater.
Yeah.
I went from Little Nash Crater up and to what was supposed to be coming here.
Yeah.
And then it tells you to turn on the old Santiam wagon trail. So I did that.
Yeah.
And that's the route I was trying to come up.
Yeah, you might have come in through Potato Hill Snow Park, so that's another way that comes through here. And if you come from that off Highway 20, sort of near little Nash. Well, there's two different ways actually. There's two different ways you might have come up. I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
there is one kind of over on that side, but then connects to our area via this closed part of the wagon road.
Okay.
But there is also another way here. It's a very bad road that comes from Potato Hill Snow Park. It goes by a couple of little vents along the way that are pretty as well.
I think that's the route I was on.
Yeah,
I really do.
it's a bad one.
It was bad.
Yeah.
That's why I was so amazed that car did what it did, you know?
Yeah, I think that's probably where you came up. So it turns a corner. There's sort of a corner where it hits the old wagon road.
Yeah.
And there's a gate at that point, and west of that gate is where this old preserved section is.
Dude, I think that's where I was at.
Okay.
I can't believe a little Subaru did that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this epic view of our flag over there. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's the right amount of wind to just get it just right.
Is that awesome or what? I'm a pretty hardcore patriot, so
You know. It's yeah.
I do love our country. See if I can see Clear Lake.
Yeah. Right.
So I don't know if you can see this in the camera or not, for whoever's going to end up watching this video, but that is Clear Lake right over there, and I really hope it shows up because I've wanted to make it up here for years. But yeah, I was telling him that's one of the reasons I wanted to get up here. You get lonely?
Not really. It's surprising.
Yeah.
No.
You got to have the
gotta
right
get into your own-
personality. for it.
Yeah. You make your own fun, I guess.
Yep.
But yeah, it's fascinating. I could just spend days up here just sort of looking out at the landscape. It changes. You get used to it as well. It's kind of like, I describe it a little bit like, maybe being a taxi driver in the days before GPS, where you kind of have to memorize all the roads, and that's kind of what it's like up here. It's just instead of roads, it's ridges and valleys, and yeah, it's just it's a beautiful spot, and occasionally we get very interesting and knowledgeable folks who come up and visit. So
Unlike myself, I'm just a whack job who's fascinated with that lake over there. But yeah, I want to reiterate to people who end up watching this that what we're standing on right now is the birthplace that created Clear Lake, which is why I had to get up here at some point. And this guy right here is safeguarding our forests and watching over everything around. What a guy.
Cheers.
You know what? Hey, thank you. Thank you for your service, and thank you for helping watch out and keep us all safe and our woods safe too, because it matters. It matters a hell of a lot. And I don't know if people tell you thank you, but they should. So if you see this guy or anybody else that happens to be up here when he's being lazy and taking some time off, you see somebody else up here, you make sure you tell them thank you, because without these guys, these fires could burn and no one would know. And lakes like that, they'd be toast. But those trees that are under those cold waters would still be standing, like they have been for 3,000 years. No forest fire is going to get them, but the woods around them have taken a long time to be reborn. And it's thanks to guys like this that keep us safe and keep the woods going and keep our environment rocking.
Appreciate that very much.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks.
All right. What a wonderful visit that was. And it's funny, you get right off the top of that and there's like just a slight little breeze down right off once you get off the crown of that, off the station up there. He was telling me that it's fully manned by volunteers and stuff like that. It's wow. I mean, super, super nice guy. I mean, full of a wealth of knowledge of the surroundings and everything out here, as you can imagine he would be. Very knowledgeable, very, very kind. I expected a wonderful viewpoint. I got that. What I didn't expect is to run into a fascinating individual who is out here safeguarding our forests and clearly has a heart for the land we have out here. Very heartwarming, wonderful guy. So if you're ever up in this neck of the woods and you run into him, you stop by, say hi. You know, he's not a lonely guy, but you know, I imagine kind of nice to have some conversation every once in a while, and let him get back to his serenity. Oh, look at these flowers. Look at that. Oh, wow, that's cool. This is why they want you to stay on the trail, you know, because if you don't, you know, people who kind of wander off the trail, you risk stepping on stuff like that. And he was telling me that a lot of the vegetation, the plant life up here is exclusive only to this area because of the particular spot, literally the spot that we're on here. A lot of the plant life and stuff only grows on this particular mountain, on this particular one. And he even said there's little horned toads here that are only on this mountain. They only live here. So it's a unique spot. It's not just the birthplace of what gave rise to Clear Lake, but it's also a unique specimen in unto itself. So if you get a chance to come up here, trust me, the views are more than worth it. And it's worth a trip in just by itself. I can't believe I got to lock this in on top of all the other things I'm doing with my, you know, my stay down here at Clear Lake for the week. To be able to add this incredible trip in amongst all that too, that's freaking awesome. You don't want to see my face anymore. It's the views from up here are staggering. Golly, man. It's just incredible. So probably my goal here is to get back down on my bike and ride back down and hopefully find my truck. I'm a little nervous about that. I really hope I do, because I'm depending on it backtracking. Although I do have the Garmin, so I can backtrack that. So thank goodness for that. You know, I'm never fond of leaving any of my equipment anywhere. Now my bike here, turns out it's pretty safe because there's like nobody else around up here. It's my truck. It's probably safe too, but when I went by there, I did see a couple people on dirt bikes that were going by, and they had like camp gear and stuff on them, so they were kind of going somewhere with a purpose. But I always wonder about someone coming by and knocking a window out just to see what you got, and I hope that's not the case. I mean, it's kind of like terrorism. You can't stop living your life out of fear of something. Screw them guys. So I'm not going to let it stop me from enjoying my life. Nor should you. Life's too short to live like that. So anyway, I'll get down on this trail some more and find my bike, and I'll catch up with you in a bit. Okay, made it back to the bike, and of course it's still here. There's nobody else up here, but here's something kind of cool. If you do get up here, all dogs must be on a leash, but there's even loaner leashes here. Just make sure that you put them back when you're done, or better yet, even maybe leave your own. Let's face it, we love our dogs, and up around this country, there's obviously cats, big cats, and we don't need accidents, so keep them on a leash. All right, I'm gonna hop on my bike and see what's next. Okay, we're off and heading back down off of Sand Mountain. The only issue I'm gonna have to worry about is brake failure. I guess one big advantage is you don't have to pedal. Okay, now I gotta figure out how to get back through there. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can get it to go under the gate. I don't know if that's gonna happen or not, but it should be a lot easier than going through the woods if I can get it under the gate. Made it. All right, let's see if anybody broke into my truck. So far, I don't see any broke windows. Amen. No broken windows. Let's get this loaded up. Okay. No damage to the truck. Nobody touched it, so that makes me feel a little better. So I guess get nervous about stuff like that, but like I said, I'm not going to stop me from doing the things I want to do. But wow, I look like what is it? Static electricity. I'm like standing next to a Tesla coil. Anyway, so I'm back in the truck. Bike's loaded up, nice and secure. Now it's time to find our way back to the hacienda at Clear Lake. So let's see if I can find my way back out of here. All right, back in the truck, heading back down the trail, and we'll be taking a left here in a little ways, about, I don't know, a quarter mile or so, back onto the old Santiam wagon trail, which I will point out, if you watch my my video, what was that on? That might have been Undiscovered Country. I don't know. I think it was Undiscovered Country, where I ended up on the other end of the Santiam wagon trail. Clearly the end that they don't maintain whatsoever. It's been forgotten about years and years ago. So that's why in the video, when I'm ramping and jumping up on lava shelves and stuff, giving that little Subaru Wilderness, Crosstrek Wilderness hell, there's a reason. It's because no one uses that road anymore. The route that I came in this time goes out and around Sand Mountain and stuff. It's a longer route from the way I was going from Clear Lake, which the other way would have been shorter. But either way, if you're gonna try to come to Sand Mountain, go past, use the route that goes past Santiam Junction towards Bend and all that stuff. Go right on past Santiam Junction. Do not go towards the old wagon trail that is near Nash Crater, Little Nash Crater. Don't try to go that way. Let's just say that that's a bad idea. And turns out I'm not convinced we're even supposed to be on that one anyway. It wasn't locked or anything, so I don't know. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, if you want to get to Sand Mountain, come on around the other way. It's much nicer on your vehicle. You'll have a much better experience, and so try that. Anyway, so I'm gonna head on down this road and keep on keeping on, and try to eventually find my way back. I'll check in a little bit. I'm going to be on these trails for quite a while. Keep my eye out for motorbikes and ATVs and stuff too, because they're out here. Okay, I finally made it back to Hardball. Blowing some dust off this for what will come off. I decided to take a right instead of a left back towards Clear Lake, because the closest gas to me is about 20 miles away from my location now, away from Clear Lake. I got plenty of gas, but you know the old adage, when you have an opportunity to top your supplies off, do it. Well, I'm 20 miles away, and when you're out here this far, what's 20 miles, right? So I'm gonna go get some gas, top this thing off, then I'll head back to the lake. All right, got gas. Nice full tummy. Turns out the gas station that they have you go to, the closest gas anywhere around, is out in Sisters. So that's where I ended up. So didn't want to really go that far, but whatever. Truck's got a full tummy, and be good to go. I think the main reason I wanted to is because I've done a lot of Mickey Mouse driving around, and I just want to make sure that when I do head home, I don't have to worry about fuel and all that kind of routine. There's one less thing to worry about. Don't like stressing. I like to have more gas than I think I need. So, all right, heading back to the hacienda at Clear Lake now. It's 2:04 in the afternoon. Got plenty of time to just still have some fun. Let's get her.
There's no one like you, my little girl. Your eyes so blue under those brown curls. Soon you're on your way. Promise me that you know.
All right. Made it back. Just turned into the entrance to Clear Lake Resort, and around the corner we go. Should be back at the cabin in just a couple of minutes. Feels awesome to be back here. Had a great time doing the Sand Mountain Run, though, I'll tell you that. That was definitely fun, and sure is nice to finally tie that end of the story together firsthand, to actually stand there and, you know, right on the top of that thing, knowing that, you know, you get a better feel of the distance that lava went. And man, that's a fair distance. When those things were going off, to come all the way down here and create this lake, that's a distance. It kind of gives a new perspective on the scale and scope of exactly what we're dealing with. But that's one of the main reasons I've been so driven to get up there. I really wanted to do it, and I'm elated that I finally made it.
Dream big, don't forget to be kind. Live, it's your life.